Hello world, this is Chris with Elevations, doing a video with the 360 camera view on Stinson 1. So this is the Stinson 1 quadcopter. We do have the Raspberry Pi on board, we do have the Pixhawk on board, and we also have an Insta360 camera on board, and that is the view that we see right here. So as you can see, we're just taking off, and we're going to go ahead and do a flight video. Like I said, our view here is with the Insta360 camera, and the nice part about having this particular camera mounted on the drone is we do have the capability in post-edit to kind of scroll around and take a look at the drone or the land beneath us. So if you see here, we have the Stinson 1 drone. You can see the 360 LiDAR on the top spinning there. You can see all the different stuff that we talked about during our overview walkthrough in another video. So again, like I said, the nice part is with the Insta360 camera is I do have the capability to pan around. So we'll see here, just kind of pan down and take a look at the ground. With this particular auto mission I did with the Pixhawk 6X is we actually have this pasture you see here in the field of view. We have the border here that we're going to fly around. So the nice part is I'm able to simply fly the drone with the Insta360 camera on with an autonomous mission. Once the drone and the camera comes back to the launch area and lands, I'm able to receive the data of the video that was recorded from the Insta360 as well as all the other cameras that are on board. So obviously we do have telemetry back to a ground station. We also have a live video feed with a gimbal-based camera on the bottom of this drone. We also have the thermal-based camera on the bottom of this drone. So then we have the 360 on top. So it gives me a lot of capability to fly these autonomous missions and then analyze the video thereafter. So you can see we're here about 100 to 145 foot in the air, but here in post-edit I'm actually able to take this 360 camera and pan, tilt, and zoom to particular areas of interest. So as you see here, we're flying over the perimeter of this pasture here on the right, and then we have these roads directly below us. That's basically the line set for the autonomous mission. You can see we have some of the cattle guards. We have a couple different things in this field. So what I can do is essentially just pan and move around and look at the different fields and look at the different pieces that might be of interest, or there's things to inspect from the air. So you can see here, we're coming up to the far edge of the pasture that is in our right, and we will be able to scroll around, take a look at some things in this particular area, and the drone is going to autonomously make a right turn here in the air and then follow the edge of this pasture around to that far corner. So with this fly around, you can kind of take a look and see how the video quality is from this at about 100 foot in the air. And again, this is with the Insta360 camera, so that 360 degree view at 5.7K. One of the really beneficial things about having the Insta360 on board is I'm able actually to inspect the drone mid-flight. So here I can zoom in and specifically look at my T-motors, look at my 3D printed mounting systems, look at my carbon fiber arms, look for any potential vibrations or issues that are actually occurring while in flight that I might not know of while I'm away from the drone itself, because I am with the ground station. So here I'm able to inspect the drone, I'm able to inspect the arms, I'm able to inspect the ground. It all depends on what I want to do in post-edit. So you can see here, we're coming here towards another corner of this pasture. So part of our autonomous mission is to go to this GPS location and make another right turn. You can see the drone itself overcorrects a little bit to the right, but then corrects itself back to follow this line. So you can see here, this is the edge of the pasture, and with that Insta360 camera, I can then in post-edit zoom in. Since I do have 5.7K, I have the capability to zoom in pretty close and take a look at things. So if we did have, say, livestock in this pasture, we'd be able to identify that through this view. If we want to say look at features on the ground, like this water point that's here in the center of the view, we can actually kind of zoom around and look around in that area. We can see the pipe that goes off there to the left. Or if we had any individuals on this ground that's not supposed to be there, or if someone left something there for someone, say someone's trespassing, leaving supplies for their future trespassing companions, and that's all stuff that we can identify while we're flying around and just set these autonomous missions. So again, this is just a preset autonomous mission you send to the drone, and as soon as you tell it to start flying that mission, it'll fly right along that path. As you can see here, it just did that another little right bank, and I'm able to zoom in and take a look at the fence line. So there is a fence line separating the pasture from this public road here, and that is an area that we want to take a look at if there's potentially anything laying over the fence, if a tree fell over and could be compromising that fence, or if maybe there's a bunch of livestock in that specific area trying to get through the fence, or individuals climbing over or cutting the fence, anything along those lines. Again, the nice part about having that Insta360 on board is regardless of where I'm pointing the gimbal camera during flight, the Insta360 is recording everything within that 360-degree realm. Again, that 100-foot area where we're at right now as far as altitude is really ideal for this 5.7K. Gives me some pretty good definition when I'm zoomed in like this. I will look at, say, the debris field that we have right here in this field of view. Or if I were to see anything else in here, with that 5.7K, I'm really able to zoom in quite well. And these bushes that you see here in the field of view in that main sparse area are quite small. So in terms of scale, if there was a human, the human would actually be a little bit larger than what you see here in that sparse bushed area. Now here, as we turn off to the right here, this is more towards the beginning of where our autonomous mission was. So it's going to come over to this area, and I do have a hover. So it's just going to loiter in this area. And this particular area is one of the main roads that goes off the public road and then back to the more private space. So I can then inspect that gate, for example, make sure that gate is still closed. Some people that are authorized to go back there don't always close the gate behind them. That causes obviously a lot of issues with livestock getting out and going out to the surrounding area. And again, we'll just take a scroll back through and we can see what the Stinson one actually looks like while we are in flight. You can really see that 360 LiDAR spinning on the top there. So it's a great view of the Stinson one. We'll just watch that for the rest of this video. Again, my name is Chris with Elevations. As always, I do hope you learned something today. Please like and subscribe below. Thank you for watching.